Okay, now I'm going to do the inside circle, and just to make it easier for you to see, I'm going to use a different colour pen. Now, we've already got our generators here, so what we need to do now is, where the generators cut the inside circle, we have to mark some points. So we're going to have a point there, so I'll just show goes right the way through the other side. Point there, again that one goes right the way through. Point here, and then a point here. Okay, and that means we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. Now again, same as before, we mark these on with our compass, so on the O line. So you've got to be careful because obviously you've got different points and it can become a bit confusing, but it's just the way it goes. Now this one's going to be unseen, but I'm still going to mark it, right, because it can still affect us the way that we draw the curve. So I'll mark this one, and that's distinctly in a different place, so that makes life a bit easier. Again, nearly there now. There, we're close to E, and then another one, as you'd imagine, right close to C, because it's symmetrical. And then we'll draw in our grid for this. For this I'm going to use my red pen again, and it's the last one I don't need to do because it's just a point. Drawing these ones though. I'm really not going to see these at all, so I'm going to make them really light. And the last point there. Okay, and now we're just measuring how far out everything is, or how tall everything is. So measure that one. Just carefully mark it on there. Mark it on there. And there. And there. And this one, it's just this one up, mark it there, mark it there, and here, and then here, and then finally marking up the middle one. Measure that and then mark it on here. Okay, so you can see the curve there, and I'll just sketch this in. So now some of this will be seen, some of it won't. I'm going to mark it in quite clearly for you though, so you can just see what I'm going for here. Sharp turn there, and this bit here, shallow curve here. So there, and again we project up from these points, so we're going up and up and up, so all the way around. And these points will now become visible because when you project up, that's what happens. Okay, and measure the height again. And we mark that on each of the points. So there, and there. I might just sketch these in just now. A good idea just to do that just as you go, because you may find that you lose touch with what you're actually doing. You can just do a couple at a time just to keep yourself right. Okay, and then just keep going, marking them in as you go. Okay, it's a bit rough there, not great. Okay, so that's the basic shape of that part. Now, it should terminate where this line comes. So I'm just going to, the curve is interrupted, if you like, by these lines here. So I'm just going to firm these up so that they're a bit clearer to see. Take my time here just to try and firm them in as best I can. This is a tight curve here, so just take my time. You should do. And just firm them in. That's a bit iffy, that wee corner there. So you really want to take your time just to get your outlines as clear as you can. Try to avoid rushing it. Instead just take time to firm it in. Okay. Fair enough. And then the bottom curves as well. That's really important to get the definition right and get the information right. Just remember what you can see and what you can't see. Now we would obviously stop seeing things there. You don't see any further around the curve there. We're just darting this in. The key thing with your outlines is your outlines should show the difference between your construction lines. A clear difference between your construction lines and your outlines is really important. Okay, so let's get that basic part done. Now what we have to do is finish off with this wee curved part here. So we need to measure this up. Important thing is getting the centre lines right. So I'm just going to draw a line through there. And I'm going to measure how far it is from here to here. Get it as precise as I can. And then it should be possible for me to mark this on here and mark it on.